I am proud and happy to add Forrest Gump to my collection.
My mom always said life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get.
Forrest Gump reminded me a lot of the Curious Case of Benjamin Button. I wish I could have said the Case of Benjamin Button reminded me of Forrest Gump, but I watched this one first, so it's fine. I have more movies to review before this one, but this one I really want to talk about because I've heard a lot of people say it's great, it's phenomenal, it's good. I've never heard it's bad, so I'm like, oh yes, I would like to check it out. So with like these movies, well, most of them I heard are good, and I like movies, so I want to see good movies as well. So I'm like, okay, let's see if the hype is like very lived up or it is well deserved. I mean, it's very well deserved. It's phenomenal. One the my one of my only like little is like the child actress for Jenny. Hey, I remember the characters' names now. For Jenny, she the little girl. She's to me kind of annoying. Like run, Forrest, run. No, I didn't. She butchered that line. I know that famous line, "Run, Forrest, run," but I don't like hearing it from her. Ugh. But I'm sorry if I made you mad and you love this movie, but it's just to me the little girl actress. But when he actually ran like for the first time, when he broke the braces off, I'm like, hey, the doctor said his legs were like what's it called? Strong. So that's technically not like fake because his legs are very strong, so he may be able to break them. Yeah, that's what I thought. One of my favorite characters in the movie is Lit, Lit, Latun Dan. Dan Dan Taylor. Hey, I remembered his name. So because his character arc is he's a general, he loses his legs and he wants to die with honor with his men, but Forrest saves him and now he hates Forrest because he didn't let him die with honor. Now he's just a crippled man. And then he became more like hated. No, like he became more mad. No, not mad, but like more filled with anger because he became not homeless, but like getting to homelessness, and he didn't really have anything. So, and he's mad at Forrest, but not really mad anymore. And then he joins them, Forrest and a boat where they could shrimp, where they can trip. Where, sorry, I'm kind of, I this movie made me cry because I connected with the Forrest. I went through his life with him. That's one of the brilliant things about the movie. You go through his life. When Forrest is talking to the people on the bench, like the four people that has been there, when he's talking to them, it's basically him talking to you, talking about his life. And then even better, you're seeing his life through the movie because he's talking about his life and you're picturing it, but it's shown his life. So that's like I love that he's talking to you basically. It's not a fourth wall breaking. Like yeah, he's talking to you. You're the person on the bench. So that's big brain of them. But yeah, going back to Captain Lieutenant Dan, I said it correctly. Um, he went on him with a boat to go shrimping. I think that's what it's called. They made Bubba Gump, which I'm like, hey, is that from Universal Studios? Because in Florida, Universal Studios, they had a shop where it said Bubba Gump, and I took a picture with the shrimp guy, and I'm like, hey, connected. And an apple, like Dr. Pepper, everything was in the movie. Even Elvis. I'm like, that's Elvis. Elvis stole that from Forrest. I can't do the dance, but when he does that, I don't know. But he technically that the movie's saying he stole that from Forrest. Young Jenny, like Jenny from before she got married to Forrest Gump. I didn't I didn't really like her character because she wasn't particularly the nicest. I mean, she was nice to. She was his friend. She was his only friend, but I get why. And like when she was a child, she was like, "No, stay here with me. I don't want to go back." She basically whenever she got scared and went with Forrest, she's basically breaking an entry when she went through his window. I'm like, that's illegal, you know. But when she became like from the scene where she was getting hurt, I'm not exactly sure what happened. I just saw the car move, and then I didn't really see what was happening, or get what was happening. And the car was moving. It was blurry, so to me anyway. And then she said, "Ow, that hurt." And then Forrest was like, "Get out!" He got the guy out of the car and then started punching him. No, he was punching him in the car, and then Jenny got out of the car. So yeah, from there, and I didn't really like her character. I think she was supposed to be likable, but to me, I didn't really like her. I changed my shirt because it's a different day, and I still have some stuff to talk about Forrest Gump that I, for some reason, didn't mention in the other, and like the rest. But anyway, the wife, it's like very, like around the end of the movie when she says, "Forrest, come meet with me at the end, at my apartment," and then all of a sudden she finds out Forrest Gump has a child, and she's like, "I'm gonna die now, so it's yours now." That was very not cool of her. The Mandela effect on this movie was the reason why it got me intrigued to watch it. Is it life is like a box of chocolates, or life was like a box of chocolates? Because in the movie he said was like a box of chocolates, but around the middle, when his mom died, she said life is like a box of chocolates. So I'm like, oh, that's why people come confused. I still did not know, so I won't say that line, sadly. But overall, the movie is great, and the way people hype it up, it will live up to those expectations. And I thought it was gonna be longer, but it's perfectly paced. So go check out The Forest of Gump. Hey, can we see your reflection?
For the environment.
Or for animals!
They just couldn't believe that somebody would do all that running for no particular reason.
Why are you doing this?
I just felt like running.